again, Bill Pfeiffer speaking. Good to be with you. Speaking from Marysfield. Do remember the subscribe and the like button. Carl Jung, the famous psychologist, once said that our lives can be divided into two halves. The first half of our life is spent building our own kingdom. Making sure we have the right kind of car, making sure you marry the right kind of person, wear the right kind of clothes, have the right kind of vacations. My house is better than your house. My title of chairman or whatever is bigger than your title. I make more money than you, and so on. So we spend that whole first half of our life building our ego, building our kingdom, if you will. And then the second half of life, which a lot of people don't even know exists, ends up kind of the real purpose is to dismantle so much of the first half of life. We have to come to honesty, to understand, to really see what we did in our the first half of life, and that so much of our building was built on sand. It just wasn't something that's going to end up lasting, and it shouldn't really last. If we're going to end up being honest, whole people who are in touch with the true self, not the false self of that first half, it needs to be done. It's a kind of a narcissistic fix that needs to be done to build up our own ego and our personal strength and all that other stuff that psychologists talk about. But then the second half of life really ends up being something that needs to be done in order for us to become whole, become fully human. And here's a really good prayer that I found for the second half of life. I use it each night for coming to our senses, for uncovering the real, the true me. Really nice prayer. And it's called the Litany of Humility. And let me just share that with you and quietly, just pray along with me. This really, it fits all of our lives, I think. From the desire of being jealous and envious of others' success, deliver me, O Lord. From the desire of being honored, praised, or esteemed above others, deliver me, O Lord. From the desire to correct others, to be in control, deliver me, O Lord. From the desire to be superior or have an opinion on every matter, deliver me, O Lord. Don't always say everything you think, From the desire of being consulted, deliver me, O Lord. From the desire of being approved, deliver me, O Jesus. From the fear of being rejected, humiliated, or ridiculed, deliver me, O Jesus. From the fear of being falsely accused, of losing, deliver me, O Jesus. From the fear of being judged unfairly, deliver me, O Jesus. Boy, this builds humility, doesn't it? Honesty, truth. From the fear of being forgotten or ignored, deliver me, O Jesus. From the fear of being a failure or thinking I'm a failure, deliver me, O Jesus. That others may be loved more than I, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. That others may be esteemed more than I, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. That in the opinion of the world others may increase and I may decrease, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. That others may be chosen and praised and I go unnoticed, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. That others may be preferred to me in everything, Jesus, grant me the grace to desire it. That others may become holier than I, provided that I may become as holy as I should. Jesus, grant me the desire and the grace to desire this. It's all about truth, isn't it? Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. Today, we've lost so much of that. And this kind of honesty and humility, this is what builds true change in our own personal lives. We become transformed and then have the ability to transform other people's lives. Until that happens in your own life, we're paddling and there's no water, and you just don't want to do that. So, happiness tomorrow always depends on doing the truth today. There's no right way to do the wrong thing, and so many people are trying to fit square pegs into round holes. It just doesn't work, and you know that. So good to be with you. Looking forward to be with you again. God bless.